How we doing, Internet? We're back with another album review, and guess what? We've upgraded in technology. Roll the music.
Okay, boys!
And welcome back. This is Travis from Snakeden Entertainment and the Cursed Sons. I'm here to talk about the second offering from the Dredneks, Beast of Boredom. Now, the reason I'm bringing this one up is because they're currently getting ready to go on tour in less than a week with the band It Is Written. It'll be an East Coast tour into some of the southern states. This album is a 14-track album. It was recorded at World of Noise in Cheektowaga, New York. It was produced by Nick Borgas. It features the vocal stylings of Grant Emmy, the amazing guitar work of Devin Dwyer, the bass playing of Snady Smith, and the thunderous drumming of Jose Crespo. Now, before we get too carried away, I mean no disrespect to the current members of the Dredneks, but both Devin and Jose were featured on this album, so they're the guys we're going to talk about. This is a 14-track album, and I'm going to stray away from what I usually do with album reviews, because everything I've always done in the past has always been like a 5-song EP. This is a 14-track album, so instead of going track by track on this one, I'm going to give you 5 things that I think are really cool, and we're going to break it down and even play a few song samples in the background. Technology, isn't it wonderful? Now let's see number 1. I figure we'll start with something really rad about these guys, and it's the originality of this album, the originality of the Dredneks swamp metal sound. It's such an eclectic mixture of punk, bluegrass, and metal. It's almost like circus metal. I really dig it. It's really cool, and they throw all kinds of weird stuff in there, like, you know, Devin will play the banjo on songs like Revival, Reanimate Objects, and Chicken Choker, and you know, then they got that really weird southern twang on the song Brothers in Crumb, which is great. And you know, Inhuman Parasite is just, it's more banjo. Stubborn has a little bit of a squeeze box, and my favorite track, I Ain't Much to Look At, has a saxophone solo, so you got to give it up for the originality of this album. They mix it all together very well and make a very nice finished product. It's super cool. Number 2, we're talking about the riffs. I'm a sucker for a great riff, especially a good, heavy, powerful riff, something that's got some guts behind it. There's plenty of examples of a good riff on this album. Let's start with my favorite, I Ain't Much to Look At. Just powerful, chunky stuff, really cool. Chainsaw to me, that's about as close to thrash as these guys get. It's just a really cool thrashy riff. Too Many Heads, Lot Lizard, Electric Preacher, all very powerful, chunky chugging riffs. You can't ever go wrong with a good chunky riff, and the prime example on the whole thing, on the whole album, is Death Yodel. Fantastic, crunchy riff. Devin's got great guitar tone, and Snitty really adds to the fullness of the power with his bass. It's chock full of riffs, so that's definitely a big plus in my book. Number 3, and now we're going to talk a little bit about the album artwork. As you can see, the cover of the album as well as the back cover and this cover of the CD itself was done by Matt Schaefer. It's just really clever, really unique artwork, and it's very unique to the band, which is always a bonus when you're buying CDs from your favorite local band, or buying a CD from any band. You get the artwork, and you get to see all the really cool liner notes and really neat pictures. Also, there's a little demon guy. If we could get him right there, perfect. And that demon was done by Jose Crespo himself, the drummer of the band. like I said, it's all very clever, unique stuff to the Dredneks, and you can't see it anywhere else. Well, probably on their Facebook page. But anyway, it's one thing I've always liked about buying CDs and buying albums is you get to see really cool stuff like that. Number 4, we're talking about musicianship and songwriting. It's pretty much lights out the whole way through this record. And I just really dig how the Dredneks have the ability to put their knockout live performance onto an album with really clever lyrics and just well put together songs, really great song structure. You know, what impresses me the most about it is the rhythm section of the band. Like, Snitty and Jose have this amazing ability to hold rhythm and to keep everything real nice and on a tight bow, even through all the stylistic changes of the music, like Chain Sodomy's, not really typical, but Chain Sodomy's thrash metal song, to Stubborn, which is a folk song, and then Chicken Choker, you get this really wacky bluegrass banjo shit happening in the background. It's just impressive how all them guys are able to do those completely different styles of music, put them together on one album, and make it sound like it belongs together. It's excellent continuity. And as far as Grant's vocals go, he's like a opera-esque hillbilly. It's just really cool, and it's really unique to the band. And Devin has his own, he's got his own way. His sound, his technique, his guitar tone, you hear it, you're like, oh, that's Devin. So, yeah, definitely wanted to give a shout out for the musicianship and the songwriting on this album. And last but not least, the most important thing that I find about the Dredneks and their album Beast of Boredom is that it's fun. A lot of people forget that music can and is supposed to be fun. Like, if you've ever seen these guys perform live, it's just like a whole 3-ring circus for the entire extent of their set. They're a fun band to go and watch, and they really captured the fun on this album. With songs like I Ain't Much to Look At, which are basically a song about being ugly but not caring. Like, you're just rolling with it. Brothers in Crumb is a song about 2 brothers who ride around in a Olean on their long tractors. Doesn't get much more fun than that. And where else are you gonna hear a fun song about picking up hookers on Route 219? And I love the examples, or I can't think of the word of it, but how they compare hookers to reptiles on the song Lot Lizard. Chicken Choker is just a fun banjo song, and it sounds like something you'd hear in a car chase on the Dukes of Hazzard. I love it. Well, a song like Death Yodel is so much fun because what better way to describe the Dredneks than Death Yodel? I mean, outside of Swamp Metal. Perfect. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming and checking out my 3rd video. Trying to get a little bit better every time. Trying to do these bands justice as we do it. You know, if it's something that you like, cool. If you don't like it, well, that's cool too. There's something out there for everybody. But like I always say in closing, with the Dredneks Beast of Boredom, don't take my word for it. Go check it out. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Spotify or anywhere else. You can download or stream music. Go catch them at a show. Pick up the CD. I will put a link to their page right here. So, yeah, thanks for swinging by, and we'll catch you next time on the next album review.